Hello Pisces, welcome. This is your December 2022 love and general reading. I'm Gemstone Tarot and you are Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Maybe you're cross-watching for a Pisces. Maybe you want to be a Pisces. Maybe you're like, I'm just going to watch Pisces for no good reason. Whatever the reason for you stopping by, Pisces, you're very, very welcome. And there's most likely going to be a message for you. I'm using the Lights Here's Tarot. I'm going to take just a couple of cards that will tell us how you're coming into December, okay? What kind of energies do we meet in December and do we need to know about? Ooh. Okay. The two cards that we get for you, Pisces, very interesting cards here. We get Seven of Cups alongside the Star card. Seven of Cups, it's interesting because obviously it's a water sign card and you are a water sign, Pisces. So it's got the energy of Pisceans, but there's something about this card which is always a danger for Pisces. So Pisces is ruled by Jupiter and Neptune. And Neptune in particular, and Jupiter actually as well, but Neptune in particular, has a kind of an upside and a downside. And sometimes the downside, and you're going to know this if you're a Pisces anyway, because as you know, I am a Pisces with Pisces rising. So Pisces, sometimes we can get a bit, in the daydreams of things. Probably at school, your teacher was like, their head is always in the clouds, that kind of thing. Our head is always in the clouds, but actually our fins are touching the ground, but people never realise that, okay? Never underestimate the Pisces. You know who you are. This is a situation where there might be some mystery surrounding something. It can be somebody gaslighting a bit. We've got all this kind of poofy stuff in between all the cups. And with any Seven of Cups, this is quite clever because it's like that game where you have to guess what's under each thing. But always with the Seven of Cups, there's like a dragon, there's a weird kind of little castle, there's a ghost that looks like a shuttlecock, costume jewellery, there's a snake, there's a salamander, and there's usually a laurel wreath of success. So there is something good to be had out of it as well. But at the same time, there's plenty that you want to avoid. This is the energy of being caught in something which may be mystifying you or just playing on something being in between the lines in your life. And this can occur in your love life, in your work life, in any part of your life. And it's always a trap that Pisces can fall into because Pisceans generally don't insist on clarity. Mostly because clarity tires Pisces. Pisces doesn't live in a world with straight lines and how things are either this or they're that. To a Pisces, it's all a great smoosh of colours and things and kaleidoscope and let's not name it, So sometimes, often actually, that gets us through really well. But occasionally, whereas an air sign or an earth sign or a fire sign would ask for clarification on something, what do you mean? What does this mean? What are we doing here? A Piscean will kind of float in and keep going, and then it reaches a point where it's a bit detrimental. Star card is Aquarius. Some of us could be dealing with an Aquarius. That happens quite a lot with air signs and water signs as a partnership. So you could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And sometimes that whole air and water thing can turn into a bit of steam. There can be steam in them their cups. Also, the Star card is about getting very clear, Pisces, very, very clear about what you want and where you're at. And this is not a Piscean thing either because, and this often happens like as we do our sort of greatest hits of the year, we review the year a bit, which most Pisceans don't do much, but kind of might spend 5 minutes doing with a glass of champagne at midnight or something like that. But when it comes to that, when you're reviewing the year in whichever way a Pisces does, because Pisces, not exactly a 5-year plan kind of star sign, is it really? More like 5 minutes, I'm a goldfish, I don't remember what I said, that kind of thing. It's a whole new world every 5 minutes. Pisces, the universe does want to know, not time-wise, not, any of those ways, but energetically, the universe wants to know what you want and how you want it and where you're at. It's a good sign when the universe wants to know that, because it means it wants to deliver. Okay. It could be a passion. It could be a career, going entrepreneurially, starting your own business. Many Pisceans have bit jobs, different jobs, gig jobs, side shows. God knows how Pisceans earn money type jobs. Most Pisceans are quite trapped by a traditional job. So it could be that you want to do something. You want to branch out. You want to branch out. You want to branch out. It could be about a relationship. Let's have a look. Let's get some more clarity. For some of you it is. For some of you it's about a relationship that maybe has been a bit kind of loose in its terminology, and we don't really know what we're doing, or don't know if this is like a thing or if it's not a thing. And if it is a thing, what kind of thing is it? Pisces, all your cards just came out in one thing. So let's have a look, you see. If you get to the end of the video, Pisces, and this turns out to be your story, there will be an extended, as there is every month, and that's where we do a really deep dive. We do some channeled messages, we ask how your person feels and what's going to happen in the future with that. We take the cards from the YouTube reading and we go further. Okay, so if you want that, if it really chimes with you, at the end of the reading, it will be the first link in the description box. Right, we got plenty to go on here, Pisces. This is very nice. So we have the Seven of Cups and the Star. Then we get this, the Knight of Swords. This guy, he's kind of running towards his motorbike. He's in a bit of a hurry, as the Knight of Swords always is. Air signs again, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but also this card can be about the way communication is happening. Swiftly and in a very un-Piscean manner. So it's not coming from you, it's coming from someone else. Someone is going to communicate something. And because it's swords, it could be email, text, social media, even a letter maybe. But either way, something is coming in and it's going to be quite swift when it happens. I rather like that for you. I'm just having a quick look at December here, because I just want to, yeah, that makes sense. So on the 8th of December, we've got full moon in Gemini, because I was just wondering, I tell you what that reminds me of. That Knight of Swords reminds me of air sign communication, because obviously Knight of Swords usually represents Gemini, okay? Now it doesn't have to mean you're dealing with a Gemini person, but it means you're dealing with a Gemini thing. And a Gemini thing is bam, 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 communication. Ooh, got to get it out there. Going to tell it exactly as it's coming up for me, okay? So this is a truth or a fact or an insight into something that's coming straight at you, and it's going to make you think. I think it's quite nice, because the energy of the other cards is rather delicious, to be honest with you. But it might be a bit of a surprise because it happens quickly. The Knight of Swords is not like, oh, well, I just get my scooter and I'm just going to see, and then I'll like drift over and maybe blah, blah. No, it doesn't work like that. The Knight of Swords is somebody who gets on the bike and goes, gets on the horse and goes, often has the sword above their head, they're ready to deliver. They're ready to deliver without any kind of thought as to how it will be received. But sometimes when the news is good, that's quite nice. Okay. So news is delivered. You get this message. It could be from somebody directly that you're involved with. It could be from an organisation. It could be hearing news about something to do with work. Only you will know what it is for your particular situation. But what happens then is we go into this Pisces energy of the Hanged Man. Now, do you remember we talked about Neptune? Okay, Neptune, and these are the Neptunian colours, which I imagine as a Pisces you're attracted to, because I am. I love them. I love jade green. I love green. I love the colour of grass and anything that fades into ocean blue and turquoise and the colours of the sea and all of those things. So it's very clever how the person who made the Light Seers Tarot is doing this. She's using all of the Piscean colours, okay, to represent the Hanged Man, because the Hanged Man is Neptune, your ruler. Now, very Piscean action here. What does a Piscean do when called upon to make a big decision, to do something quickly, to, gets to step into action? They disappear. And I don't mean this in a bad way, because otherwise I'd be criticising myself. I'm just shoving a hot water bottle down my pants, by the way, because it's quite cold in here. It's a sloth. Those of you that watch the dailies will have seen it. So, Pisceans under pressure, okay, to make big life decisions, to make any decisions actually, tend to swim between a rock. And people go, well, where are you? And you've kind of disappeared in a way that only Pisceans can. And this is our way of doing things. It's our way of making decisions, and it works. And people who aren't Pisceans won't understand it, which is fair enough, okay? Because why would they? I only just understand it myself, and I only understand it because I am one and I do it. And I can see how from the outside it might look a bit irritating, because it looks like we're not doing anything and that we've disappeared. But plenty is happening while nothing is happening for those Pisceans in this situation. What we don't want to happen, and this is the warning, which is the energies of December, is that we get into that, which is la la la, fingers in the ears, I don't know what's happening here. I don't want to think about it, that kind of energy, that Piscean energy that we can do sometimes when under particular pressure. We can get very dithery and very kind of, nothing to see here. Let me know in the comments section. I feel like I'm giving Pisceans a really hard time, but I'm not. I'm not, because I am one, and I just think this is how we operate. And I believe enough in astrology that you can't just accept all your star sign stuff, but you probably shouldn't fight against it too much. And I never met a Piscean who wasn't like this. A bit of a difference between the March ones and the February ones. The February Pisceans are even more like this. March ones can be a bit more practical. But anyway, so here we are with our situation. We've got a message come in. Someone said something. And we're going to chew over this thing for maybe a week or two with the Hanged Man energy. And that's going to be a good thing. So if this is to do with love and someone has come in and they've delivered a message to you, asking you out, saying something, making a declaration, whatever it is, you're going to want to slink away a bit and think about it in that Piscean way, okay? And it's cool. And please don't feel pressure to have an answer, because Pisceans aren't quick with answers. Answers evolve from being a fish, okay? And then you get this card. That's a bit nice, isn't it? Nice. Ace of Cups. Woof. This is very romantic, obviously, as a card, but it's also to do with self-trust, self-love and self-acceptance. And this situation is going to trigger all of those things, okay? Sorry, my contact lens is going a bit nuts today. This situation is going to trigger all of those things. It's rather beautiful For some of you, there may be a real changing of gears in the love life. So if you're single, that's shifting to maybe meeting somebody. And remember, it is holiday season, there's more opportunity. And with these cards, I'd say it was worth putting yourself out there in whichever way that's appropriate for you. And I was saying the other day to the Cancerians, you know, online dating is obviously the most popular way to find love. Online dating is very challenging for water signs. Doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. It doesn't mean that I'm saying it's bad, because I'm not. It can be awful, and it can be good when you meet that one person. But everybody knows it is of the school of hard knocks, and the tender hearts of the water signs are not necessarily suited to it, but it's not impossible, okay? So I'm just putting that out there because that is the main way that people put themselves out there, and I don't want you to miss out on good opportunities for meeting someone if that's what you want, because the cards are kind of pointing that this could be a real month for it. So I'm just going to say that because that's my duty, and you can do with that what you will. Leave a comment in the comment section about your experiences of being a water sign in online dating. Good and bad, not just bad. Okay. Ace of Cups after the Hanged Man. So this period of deliberation, and if this is a situation where there's been some difficulty in a relationship, because we do have that Seven of Cups, the way that you have kind of backed off is very beneficial. Whichever way it is, actually, your period of time spent as the Hanged Man is very beneficial to the situation. Okay? Ace of Cups, beautiful energy, self-love, and it's like a fountain which you fill up with self-love, and then it kind of spills over onto other people and it comes back to you. It's very nice. So it's new love, it's investable love. It could be for some of you the beginning of a hobby or a business about something you love, okay? And for others of you, if you're wishing and hoping for love, wish and hope for it big and don't settle, okay? Then we get two really spicy cards. We get the Knight of Wands. Look at that. With the Fool. Yeehaw. New beginnings. Kicking off 2023. Very, very nicely. Some of you dealing here or in I was going to say conversation and communication all at the same time, but I ended up saying conversation with a fire sign, okay? Possibly slightly younger than you, or possibly them being a fire sign, maybe not kind of, I don't want to say as serious as you are, but maybe a bit emotionally less mature than you are, okay? But fun. So this can be somebody fun that comes into your life or that's already there. And then the Fool, new beginnings. Something new, a new cycle, a new opportunity. And mostly because of this Knight of Swords. What else do we need to know about this situation? What do we need to know about the love side of things in particular? Oh, wow. Nice. We've had some nice readings this month, actually. Some real belters. Looks like Pisces isn't going to be much different. Okay. Four of Wands. Four of Wands has something about being at festivals, parties, that kind of thing that needs to be absorbed. So just know about that because we've got holiday season coming up. And it's nice. It's any kind of gathering, festival, group, get together, however it is. It could be online, it could be in person. Probably better if it is in person, but the world is a very different place than it was 2 years ago. So take what you can get, okay? But there's also an opener, because we've got the Fool and then we've got the Four of Wands straight after it. For me, the Four of Wands opens a portal of good luck and kind of good juju, you know, synchronicities, things happening around that Star card, things happening that accelerate the message of the Knight of Swords, and things happening when you're in your spell time. And that's what this is. It's you in spell time, doing the Piscean magic. Most Piscean magic happens when you're upside down. No, most Piscean magic happens when you're doing nothing at all. That's the key to it. Don't worry about it. If you've labelled yourself as a procrastinator, or, you know, just, why am I so haphazard with these things? Why am I not more logical? Blah, 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 blah. You're not supposed to be, Pisces. I battled with that kind of thing for ages. And also, probably when you were at school, you're trying to squeeze yourself into the mould of doing things in a timeline and all that. Not really the easiest way for Pisces to work. We're usually quite resistant against that. Anyhow, love. Four of Wands, 1111, twin flame card. Nice energy, meeting somebody or going on a date with somebody that involves a festival, a thing, a beer thing, a get together, whatever it is. Sort of a grouping of some people. Maybe dancing, something like that. Then we have, in the middle of all this, the Eight of Pentacles. Sun in Virgo. So some of you could be meeting a Virgo in a Virgo type place, which again, it could be something historical, something in an old kind of historical town hall type building, any kind of thing to do with foraging, to do with the earth, to do with the forest. That's all Virgo stuff. So let's say you were getting in a group that's rebuilding a fence, or one of those voluntary groups that does something with a hedge. I never understand that kind of thing, but it happens, okay? So that would be a good example of a Virgo meeting up point. But here we have this Eight of Pentacles. For some of you, it can be to do with work. And romance and work are a bit interlinked here, okay? That's only for one or two of you, but it's a very interesting connection. And then looky-see. The Knight of Cups, he's been popping up all over the shop with the readings, and I'm never annoyed to see him because he's great. And if you look at one of my community posts, you'll see that he's come up so often. He popped up on my iPhone as one of the significant people in my life, along with the devil. I know, I took a picture of it and put it on the community post so you can see it. I know, he came up on the phone and I thought, God, that looks really familiar. I was like, that's the Knight of Cups from the Lightseers Tarot. People you know, says Apple. I'm like, what does that tell me? Okay, this person comes in and they're coming in pretty nicely. They've got a horse, they've got the flowers, they've got the mat, the picnic stuff. This is a very Piscean kind of a date, isn't it? You know, that horse is graceful and beautiful and understated, and this person is well put together but not too over the top. The flowers are not garage flowers, they don't smell of cat pee, they're not got some horrible label and shit cellophane on. No. For a Pisces, the best kind of flowers are the ones you probably stole over a hedge, aren't they? If you're allowed to, or from your neighbour's garden. Pisces will be touched by that. He knows how bespoke a Piscean heart can be. This is nice. This is nice dating. This is upgrades in love life. This is somebody who has been a Page of Cups becoming a Knight in a proper way. I like this for you, especially with that ace. Oof. In the extended reading, I'm going to look at the Knight of Swords. What's coming in? What's the message? I'm going to look at the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Cups, how they feel about you, and are there any obstacles? Oh my God, you just chose one more card. Oh, wow. Two of Cups. Bonsai. Gosh, that's lush. Okay. Oh. Two of Cups, Venus in Cancer. It's the Lovers card. It's more compatible than the Lovers is, though. It's got less kind of push and pull going on than the Lovers has got, and less drama. It's just a relationship of equalities, and take your hand in mine, you light up my life. I mean, it's just a beautiful energy. And to get that with the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Cups, I'd be getting my disco pants out and I'd be dusting them off, Pisces. Like, you know, like that. Put a bit of deodorant on them, bit of glitter, get out there, okay? Get out there, don't waste this energy. I am going to go and do the extended. We're going to look at the rest of the love life. Woohoo! The link is below in the description box. It's great to be a Pisces. Leave me a comment. I'll see you soon. Namaste.